Okay, so does anyone have any questions on why CEC Fontana invaded Russia?
This class is so boring, dude.
I know, right?
Alright, I'm gonna come out here and say something real quick. We do not need to know why CEC Fontana invaded Russia. The only information we need is the history of Chuck E. Cheese in the San Fernando Valley, alright?
Cyber, get your ass to the dean's office, please.
Fuck! What's good? Hey everybody, and welcome to the history of Chuck E. Cheese's in the San Fernando Valley. This video will consist of 5 locations: Sun Valley, Northridge, Granada Hills, West Hills, and Burbank. As some of you can already guess, I've gathered information from many different sources, such as Cheesypedia. So, without further ado, let's get on with the history of Chuck E. Cheese's in the San Fernando Valley. Alright, so before we begin, I want to go over the history of the San Fernando Valley. So, let's get started. And also, I'm a bit sick right now, so yeah. The San Fernando Valley is located in Los Angeles, California, and was originally inhabited by the Tongva tribe. As time went on, the tribe began to notice that they needed more shelter. So, in the mid-1800s, they began construction on more shelter. Then, a few years later, in 1874, the city was officially established. Now that we got the history out of the way, I want to go over some of the celebrities who came out of the San Fernando Valley. The first celebrity I'm going to go over goes by the name of Johnny Hartzman. Johnny was born on February 9th, 1936. Even though he was born in the San Fernando Valley, he did kick off his career in the city. Johnny's first song was a song called Johnny's House Party. Johnny continued to record songs up until his death in December 1996 at the age of 60. Rest in peace. I'm gonna be honest, Johnny recorded some really great songs in his lifetime. So did this next celebrity. This next celebrity I'm gonna go over goes by the name of Ritchie Valens. Ritchie was born on May 13th, 1941 in Pacoima, California. Ritchie began recording music when he was just 17 years old. Some of his biggest hits include Donna, I Had a Girl, Donna was her name, since she left me, and my personal favorite, La Bamba, and Come On Let's Go. Well, come on, let's go. Unfortunately, in the early morning of February 3rd, 1959, after difficulties with the charter bus heating system during the winter dance party, fellow musician Buddy Holly chartered an aircraft to Fargo, North Dakota. Unfortunately, the aircraft can only have 3 passengers at a time, so Buddy Holly flipped a coin between Ritchie and Tommy Allsup on who would get the 3rd seat. And Ritchie Valens won the coin flip, and that same aircraft went down, killing all occupants. Rest in peace, Ritchie Valens. Alright, now that we're done with the history of the San Fernando Valley, let's go over the history of Chuck E. Cheese's as a whole. Chuck E. Cheese was founded on May 17, 1977 in San Jose, California by Nolan Bushnell. which, believe it or not, was the co-founder of Atari. In 1983, due to the video game crash of 1983, Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The following year, in 1985, Showbiz Pizza Place bought out Pizza Time Theater, and beginning in 1989, due to a disagreement with Aaron Fector, the owner of the Rockefeller Explosion Band, a little process called concept unification started being rolled out to all Showbiz Pizza places.
Welcome to the Concept Unification installation tape. The purpose of this tape is to give you a brief overview of the installation process. This tape is meant to supplement the
31 years later, in June 2020, Chuck E. Cheese's filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy again because of the pandemic. This is also around the time where the fake rumor of the 5 kids missing at Chuck E. Cheese's was created. This really ruined Chuck E. Cheese's reputation. In conclusion, today, Chuck E. Cheese's is still going strong, still being one of the most popular kids' arcades to date. The company has had ups and downs, though they still managed to get by. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get on to the first location ever opened in the San Fernando Valley. The first location to open in the valley was in Sun Valley, California, which opened in July 1980. Not much is known about this location other than the fact that it was located on 8357 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, and also the stages that they had. But before we go over all of that, let's watch a scene from the movie Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, which shows off this location.
I'm gonna get you, sucker! Yeah. I walk in, I need more money.
Get out of here.
Anyway, I have my own office at the Silk Bridge, stocked with like Diet Sprite and Tab, and I have a great view.
What's the job?
I am the Executive Administrative Assistant to the Senior Vice President of Operations.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
So what are they gonna pay you?
$37,500 a year.
No way! Oh, shit, you're gonna drown!
I'm a fast learner. I'll catch on.
You're never gonna get to the beach?
Yeah, but who cares? I'm a career woman now.
You better bring some bucks home tomorrow, because we're like totally out of food.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't get paid for 2 weeks.
Help? We need money? We have no food?
Hey! Those drag queens? What's a drag queen? That's our car!
Let's go, let's go! Hey, what are you queens doing in our car?
Liza? Shit! I love that car. Call the cops. Oh yeah, what are we gonna say? Liza Minnelli stole our Buick?
Wasn't even our Buick.
This sucks. Now how are we gonna get home? I miss Mommy.
Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's go over the entire history of Sun Valley. As mentioned before, Sun Valley opened in July 1980 and was also the 12th Chuck E. Cheese's ever opened. This also means that they opened with the Portrait Show. The Portrait Show would last until the mid-80s, where it was replaced with the balcony stage. Apparently, this location did not receive the 1988 remodel, although they still received the C stage. Sometime in July 1992, this location closed for an unknown reason. A possible explanation for this is that they were just behind on remodeling. In the same month, they relocated to another part of the plaza, to 8375 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, or the building they are in now. This location opened with the 1988 remodel. Many sources say that this location opened with the road stage, although they could have opened with the C stage. Sometime in the mid-90s, they received the major 90s remodel. which gave it their iconic exterior, the record posters, and a lot more artwork. This location was scheduled for Phase 4 in 2012, although was cancelled due to Chuck's redesign. In summer 2014, this location began construction on Phase 5. This remodel removed all showroom walls, all record posters, and basically everything from the 90s. The location remained ultimately the same up until last year in November, where they received 2.0. Obviously, this remodel got rid of everything prior to this remodel, such as the 2013 Rockstar Chuck posters, and probably the most important part, the stage. The stage was smashed up and thrown in the dumpster, though some parts of the stage were able to be recovered and unfortunately posted on eBay. Though I have heard that some parts were delivered to Northridge for spare parts. In conclusion, this location was pretty awesome to go over. From being one of the first Pizza Time theaters ever opened to having one of the last road stages in operation, this was quite the location to go over. So now, let's go on to the next location. Alright, so now that we have Sun Valley out of the way, let's go over the next location, which is a little bit more well known. The second location to open in the valley is located on 8425 Reseda Boulevard, also known as the First Legacy Store. This is also the most well-known location in the valley. Alright, anyway, let's get on to the history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Northridge, California. Northridge was opened sometime in September 1981, and this would be the only location to open in Northridge. A photo during their construction shows off the building before the construction had finished. And judging on how the building looks, I'm assuming that before Chuck E. Cheese's, Northridge was a motel. This Chuck E. mascot seems to be from the early 80s to late 70s. Northridge opened with the balcony stage, which lasted until the mid-80s. We have a video from 1988 that shows off the interior of this location at the time. During the first few seconds of the video, we get to see the exterior of this location. And we can also see that the sign was very damaged, cracks all over it. A bit later, we get to see the ball pit, which in footage from this time is very rare to find. A few minutes later, we get to see the skee ball games. And a bit later, we get a shot of the showroom, and we can barely see the stage. And that's pretty much everything noteworthy from the video. We do have a couple of photos from the mid-80s showing off the stage during Christmas time. Sometime in early 1993, they received the major 90s remodel along with their 2 stage. A video from July 1993 shows off this location shortly after the remodel. And in the video, they are singing segment 1 of July 1993. In this video, we could see some decor such as the Bad Dog parody poster and the shelves. In the video, the bots are working great, except Pasquale, only his head is not working.
Come on, Chucky, let's jump in. Well, you can play like you do in the swim.
It's called the hand jive, and we're gonna start it off real slow so everybody can get it, okay?
Chucky, I got a question.
Yeah, what is it, Munch?
How can I do the hand jive and play the keyboard at the same time?
Use your feet. For you, we'll make an exception. Here we go. I know a cat named Way Out Willie.
And a bit later, we get to see the ball bat they had in this location during this time. And also, we have another video from a year later in July 1994. In this video, we get to see a lot more of this location during this time. We also get a glimpse of the ball crawl they had, and also a better quality view of the stage.
What's up, everyone? Are you ready to take a trip back in time with Chucky and all his pals? Well, hang on to your hats and get ready to roll, because it's retro time for all who want to go. Take it away, Chucky!
Isn't it fun to think about the fun times you've had in the past?
I think so.
I just love to reminisce, Chucky.
Yeah, what?
Reminisce. It means...
So while they're in the kitchen tossing pizza dough, you can sing along, enjoy the show. Yeah, yeah. Chuck E. Cheese, the partiest place to be. Here we go. Always love to see you, always glad you came to help with us.
Unfortunately, this is all the videos that we have from around this time. Though, we do have one photo from, I'm assuming to be 1994 to the early 2000s. And similarly to Sun Valley, this location also appeared in a scene of a movie. This location appears in the scene from the movie Made in 2001. In this clip, you can see Jasper singing Ace in the Hole from January 2001. We can also see some other parts of the store, such as the sky tubes. And also a hilarious cameo with Chucky.
You got to have an ace in the hole. A little secret that nobody knows. Life is gambling.
Everyone okay? Yeah!
Everybody got it? Say happy birthday to Chloe. Take your toys and do your things. The big people got to talk now. I know. Preschool, everyone's reading the same stuff. But 6, 7, it's different reading material. That's an age we want to get going somewhere. I listened to the counselor. And he said that she tested exceptional. Yes. So I'm saying let LA pay for it. She said that the public school system with the magnet schools and everything will take care of everything. I understand what a magnet is. Okay, I don't mean to condescend, but I'm just saying this. Worst comes to worst, we send her to private school. It's fine. But you don't want to spend $10,000 for her to learn how to color. If you're on this side of the hill, she can go to regular school. It's easy when you're at work all day to come home and then say that you shouldn't watch MTV, but you deal with it for 8 hours. Oh, there you go. Where were you 5 minutes ago, buddy? When the kids were going crazy, huh? Now you show up? Okay, Mousy, I'm trying to do a little business here. Here, go run around the park.
Moving into the 2000s, this location remained ultimately the same, except in 2010, they received a minor remodel. This remodel replaced the carpet, and they also removed a few pieces of artwork to replace it with newer artwork. This includes the postcard posters and the piece where all the characters are babies. The next major change would be in 2011, where Chuck E. Cheese's in Lancaster, California was relocating to another building and will not be reusing their one-stage bots. And instead of destroying these animatronics, they decided to replace Northridge's original animatronics with these Lancaster bots. No one knows what happened to the original bots, though they were likely destroyed. The earliest footage we could see of the Lancaster bots is in February 2012. In this clip, they are singing, "I don't want to work 'cause I'm lazy." Moving into the 2010s, really nothing has changed since 1993, except for the changes from the 2010 remodel. The location remained like this for the rest of the decade. although in 2018 they were scheduled for 2.0, although it was canceled due to an unknown reason.
Good times all over again.
Obviously, during 2020, they were forced to shut down the dining room and arcade. During this time, obviously, they were open for takeout and delivery only. Also, during this time, they removed some sports magazines and some sport gear from the walls. Sometime around a year later, in May of 2021, they reopened for dining and games. A video from around a month after the reopening shows the animatronics performing Out of This World from summer 2016. And the bots seem to be in decent shape.
Out of this world, say, oh. Hanging with you is out of this world, say, oh. Out of this world, say, oh. Chuck E. Cheese summer is out of this world. I dreamed about this day. I learned so much and now it's time to play.
Nothing really changed for the next 3 years. Although on July 25th, 2023, Northridge began their 2.0 remodel. We have a video from the night before the remodel. This is the last footage of Northridge with the 1993 remodel. As we can see, nothing is different from other store tours from around this time. Everything has pretty much stayed the same.
They jump up and down to my supersonic beats. Everyone getting down, yo, I ain't playing. I'm dreaming, yeah, just sleeping in my bed. I'm dreaming, but I'm dancing in my head. I'm dreaming, yeah, I'm having lots of fun. I'm dreaming. Break it down, y'all. Yep. To the left, to the right, to the front, to the back. Hit. Hit. Yeah. I'm dreaming. Yeah, just sleeping in my bed. I'm dreaming. But I'm dancing in my head. I'm dreaming. And I'm having lots of fun. Dreaming. When it's time for waking, grab some cinnamon rolls and bacon. I'm headed out the front door in a flash. Not traveling too far when I realize my car is underwater. I know it's sinking fast. Oh, now the only thing that I can do is turn around. It's a pretty weird situation. Then I realize this might just be a dream. I could be sleeping. What a comforting revelation. I'm dreaming, just sleeping in my bed. Woo. I'm dreaming, I'm just dancing in my head. I'm dreaming, and I'm having lots of fun. I'm dreaming.
A few hours after that video was shot, the location began their 2.0 remodel. We have a video from the first day of the remodel showing off the location. As you can see, all signs have been removed, and they were all put behind games. And all that's left of the signs are the imprints on the wall.
Thanks for reminiscing with us, everyone. We hope you had fun. We're taking a break for a few minutes, but we'll be back in just a little bit. See you later.
Hey, maybe they can reminisce about our reminiscing until we get back.
In September, the video wall had been installed. The remodel took around 3 months to complete. In November 2023, Chucky received his Rockstar attire. And on November 2nd, the official Chuck E. Cheese YouTube channel released a video announcing that the animatronics will be staying at Northridge.
Yeah! Here's one of our favorites. Hit it!
Feel the magic now that you're here. Together we'll make the good times right here. When it comes to keeping the crew, we're just make-believe band and we're
and on November 10th, the grand reopening took place. Many CEC fans were in attendance, and the line was out the door. The building reached max capacity, and the man himself, Nolan Bushnell, made an appearance, along with the party pooper, David McKillop. I also got to meet a lot of cool people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet Nolan because there was traffic. The bots weren't in the best condition, if I'm being honest. First of all, the curtains were struggling to work. Second of all, the back of Chucky's head fell off, which was low-key kind of funny. Fast forward a few months, and Jasper has gotten a new mask from the West Hills, California location. And that pretty much sums up the entire history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Northridge, California. In conclusion, this was a very interesting store to go over. From being a Pizza Time theater to one of 5 locations to have their stage, which is really cool. And also being one of the 4 locations to have curtains, and the last location ever to have the shelves is very awesome. This was quite the location to go over. Northridge was quite the location to go over. So much history and research. But now, let's go over the next location, Canoga Park and West Hills. This first location that opened in the Canoga Park / West Hills area is very unknown, and we only have some newspaper articles from 1982. But anyways, let's get on to the history of these 2 locations. The Pizza Time Theater in Canoga Park, California opened sometime in 1982. It was located on 8377 Topanga Canyon Boulevard. This location opened with the balcony stage like other Pizza Time theaters. And we have one photo from the early 80s with the walkarounds. This is pretty much all the documentation we have of this location. And this location didn't have a long lifespan either, because in 1984, this location closed, likely due to the video game crash of 1983. The next location opened in the Canoga Park area was in West Hills, California. This location opened as a Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza on June 23, 1992 as a corporate-owned store. This location opened with the 1988 Showbiz Pizza Time remodel, with the checkers and blue awnings. Around 1993, they received the major 90s remodel, which removed the checkers and the blue and white awnings. Unfortunately, we have no footage of this location with the 1988 remodel or the major 90s remodel. In the mid to late 90s, they added the curtains onto their road stage. And we still have no footage of this location from this time. Sometime in the mid-2000s, this location received Phase 4. The earliest footage we can see of this remodel is from 2007, although we only get shots of the exterior. The earliest footage we can see of the animatronics is from January 2013. We can see that the bots are working great, except for a few flaws.
The more tickets you win!
Sometime later, Chucky's hat had been removed, likely due to the fact that Rockstar Chuck had been around for longer. This location would remain ultimately the same until early 2024, where they began their 2.0 remodel. Unfortunately, all the bots were destroyed during this remodel, though some parts were sent to Northridge for spare parts, such as Jasper's mask. The remodel only took about 3 weeks to complete. The remodel concluded on March 8th, and the grand reopening ceremony was held on the 28th.
Come on, feel the rhythm. Come on, it's in your soul. Come on.
And that pretty much sums up the entire history of Chuck E. Cheese's in West Hills, California. In conclusion, this area had a lot of interesting history, from being a Pizza Time theater that closed down to relocating to another building and having one of the last road stages in Chuck E. Cheese's history before becoming a 2.0 is pretty amazing. Alright, to be honest, West Hills was a really interesting location, but now let's go over the next location, which I'm pretty sure you guys do not remember. Granada Hills. The Granada Hills location, like I said, is one of the most forgotten locations in CEC history. There is also very little information on this location, so I'll try my best to explain it. So, without further ado, let's get on to the history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Granada Hills, California. The Chuck E. Cheese's in Granada Hills, California opened sometime in 1983. This location opened with a balcony stage like other Pizza Time theaters at the time. And in the late 80s, they possibly could have had the C stage, though there isn't anything confirming this. Though we do know that this location had the 1988 remodel, we have a video from 1991 confirming this. We can see that they have already received their road stage, and they seem to be working great.
I think all music is magical. It just makes you want to
pull a rabbit out of a hat?
No, silly. Not that kind of magic. The magic that makes you want to get up and dance.
Boy, that would be magic if we could do that.
Sometime in the mid-90s, they received the major 90s remodel along with their 2 stage. In a video from 2006, we get to see a bit of the 2 stage and a bit of the artwork. Around a year later, in 2007, they received Phase 4. During this remodel, they destroyed the 2 stage and installed the Studio C Beta, which was kind of a stupid decision if you ask me. A video from 2014 shows off the Studio C Beta stage. As you can see, the bot is working great, with only a few flaws. In 2020, this location was forced to shut down due to the pandemic, obviously. But around a year later, in March of 2021, this location unfortunately closed. Everything inside the building was vandalized. We have a video from shortly after the closure. As we can see, the building has already been vandalized, and everything inside it is broken. We also can see that booths are flipped over and there's tickets all over the floor. The building stood for around 4 months before being destroyed. And also, no one knows what happened to the bot, though I have read online that it was sent to the Lancaster, California location for spare parts. The location kept getting vandalized until it was demolished. Where the building once stood is now an empty field. The only building standing is just a Taco Bell. There have been many rumors in the area for a while that CEC is planning to rebuild this location. And that pretty much sums up the entire history of Chuck E. Cheese's in Granada Hills, California. In conclusion, this location was very interesting to go over. From being one of the most popular Pizza Time theaters in the 80s to being one of the most forgotten CECs in history, this was quite a location to go over. Granada Hills had quite the interesting history, but now let's go over our last location, the Chuck E. Cheese's in Burbank, California.
A dream had just begun. Every boy, every girl.
The Chuck E. Cheese's in Burbank, California opened as a Discovery Zone sometime in the mid-90s and closed sometime in 1998. And it was bought out by Chuck E. Cheese Corporate and reopened on December 28, 1998. The location opened with the major 90s remodel with the Studio C Alpha stage. We have a clip from the TV show Yes Dear, where this location is featured in a hilarious cameo.
You check the one in Culver City, okay? Thank you. Hi, I was wondering if you could help me. My brother-in-law may have been in here today. Have you seen this guy?
That's Greg.
Yeah. Yeah, it is Greg. What? How do you know his name? Was he in here today?
He works here.
What? Greg?
In 2010, this location received Phase 4. In a video from 2012, shows off the Alpha stage. As we can see, the bot is working great. All of his movements are working correctly. In 2013, Chucky's cap got removed due to Rockstar Chuck. We have a video from late 2019 that shows off the bot performing Share the Joy. This is the last video of this location before the location shut down due to the pandemic. As we can see, the bot isn't in the best shape, though he's still in alright condition. In 2021, this location reopened for dining and games. Also during the pandemic, the sky tubes were removed. And also, for those of you wondering, this location doesn't have a date for 2.0 yet. And that pretty much sums up the entire history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Burbank, California. And the entire history of all the Chuck E. Cheese locations in the San Fernando Valley. In conclusion, this video was very fun to make. These locations were also really fun to do research on. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. You thought the video was over, huh?
Hell no!
But anyways, let's go over the history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Valencia, California. The Chuck E. Cheese's in Valencia, California first opened as a Pizza Time theater and was located on 23154 Valencia Boulevard. This location opened with the balcony stage, and in the mid-80s they received their C stage. This location closed in February 1998 to relocate to the current location. The current location opened on March 4th, 1996 with the major 90s remodel and a one stage. We have a video from 2009 that shows off the stage and a bit of the birthday show. In 2010, this location received Phase 4, and in 2019, due to sun fading, the Avenger Chuck sign was removed and replaced with the 2.0 sign. Unfortunately, in January of 2023, this location began their 2.0 remodel. The bots were removed on January 21st and sent to the Pasadena, California location, where they lived the rest of their lives, until they were smashed by sledgehammers. This was also the day I found my latex foot. Grand reopening ceremony of this location was held on March 9th, 2023. And that pretty much sums up the entire history of the Chuck E. Cheese's in Valencia, California. Although there wasn't much information on this location, it was still really fun to go over. And that basically sums up the entire history of Chuck E. Cheese's in the San Fernando Valley. In conclusion, this video was very fun to make. Though I lost a lot of sleep, it was still worth it. And I really enjoyed making this video. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. So, see you guys in the next video. God bless you all.